I smiled to myself, knowing full well I'd just kicked up a solid cloud of smoke for my opponent. It also meant I'd need a new set of tires after tonight. Juice was going to go off, but it was worth it. A second later, my Fey hearing proved me right. The roar of the Jetta's engine dialed back just enough to let me know he'd eased up. "Hot damn, girl, that's some badass driving," Gran hooted. My muscle memory had me anticipating the last turn even before I saw it, a benefit of having raced this track so many times before. The Jetta behind me was new. He was holding his own a lot better than I'd expected, but it wouldn't be enough. I knew this course like the back of my hand. Besides all the work Juice and I had done to this baby, that Jetta was no match for my Acura. A sudden shove sent me lurching forward. "What the?" Gran's wings buzzed as she was flung off the dash and barely caught air before being slammed into the window. Outside, the sound of metal crunching had my eyes narrowing. I straightened, eyes darting to the rear mirror. The Jetta had dropped back and was coming in again. "What in tarnation was that?" Gran demanded. None of us had the heart to tell her tarnation wasn't a curse word. "Son of a..." I trailed off. The jackwad had hit me, on purpose. My car lurched again. This time, I felt my tires drift as the impact sent me sliding toward the far edge of the pavement, dangerously close to the drop-off along the river. "You little prick," I hissed. Gran's wings beat wildly. "Oh, that little shit brick is going down." My Fey senses took over, closing the gap between what a human could pull off and what my supernatural abilities allowed. I gripped the gear shift, downshifting as I punched the gas. My back end swung out, kicking up gravel. I fishtailed before catching traction and straightening again. Veering left, I purposely clipped the Jetta's front end as I reclaimed my lead position. "Watch and learn, you little shit." "Yeah, watch and learn," Gran echoed. "You're no match for my granddaughter. She's the best in the damn state." In my mirror, I watched the punk in the Jetta try to keep from losing control. He could dish it out, but he couldn't take it. I rolled my eyes. Then I slammed my foot against the gas and let my tires eat up the pavement. All that was left was a quarter-mile straight away now. I had him. From the cup holder, my phone rang. With one hand still on the wheel, I grabbed it and held it up. The name Vic Hawkins flashed across the screen. Shit. "Who is it?" Gran asked. "Dad." "Ain't nobody got time for that," she said. "We'll call him back after we win. Make him buy us a victory drink." I decided not to point out Gran couldn't consume more than a raindrop of alcohol without passing out. Instead, I dropped the phone back into the cup holder and eyed the Jetta right on my tail. My breath turned shallow with the need for victory. Just ahead, the finish line was marked on each side by traffic cones Juice had snagged from a construction site nearby. We used whatever markers we could to keep from being noticed out here. Beyond the cones, scantily clad girls stood on a pickup bed, waving their arms at us. The Jetta's engine screamed in response. In my cup holder, my phone pinged with a voicemail. I sucked in a breath, squeezed the wheel, and forced myself not to use magic as my tires soared across the finish line, half a car length in front of the Jetta. Punk. "Yeah, baby. Fuck all the haters. Suck yo' mama's teats." Gran hooted and crowed our victory. Not that any of the humans would pick up the sound. Thank goodness. Some of her insults got a little weird. Pissed at what my opponent had tried out there, I braked hard, pulling to the left so that the front end whipped around in a tight U-turn. I slid to a stop, not even caring that I'd probably just stripped the remaining tread from my tires, and jumped out. Gran started to follow, but I moved fast, not wanting to deal with her buzzing in my ear. Or worse, buzzing in someone else's. All it took was one well-placed hand swat, and Gran was toast. I couldn't have that kind of guilt on my conscience. Slamming the door behind me, I shoved past the well-wishers.